very encouraging indeed to know that the coral pork I tasted when I was 6-7 years old is still around today. Very encouraging indeed.
We have a very special guest with us here today, YB Lo Khere Chiang. We'll let YB try some of our products and see if it's YB approved, if it's passed. We'll start off with the first generation products and then the second generation products.
I was only about 6-7 years old.
So young.
Yes, that was your first generation. Time your father already started making coral pork in a small scale, I think. Very encouraging indeed to know that the coral pork I tasted when I was 6-7 years old is still around today.
There's a large prawn.
And why do you call it the large prawn coral pork, Elaine?
It's because it's extra large.
The prawn is extra large.
No, the coral pork is large.
Oh, the coral pork is large. Yeah.
Actually, these products are our first generation products, which I believe is what YB is familiar with. Actually, it's based on the tradition. During Chinese New Year, when they fry, they like to see the coral pork expand.
Yeah.
When they say 发到很大, that means you're gonna be very prosperous.
发财.
Yes, 发财. Yes. So we have the big piece options for those who traditionally they prefer. So we can see YB's large prawn,
large,
and the small one.
When I tested this large coral pork, I'm sure I don't have to brag about this because we all know that we find Hua coral pork in almost every supermarket. Except Chinese New Year you find it very difficult to find because coral pork finish very fast. Just about a month ago, my family asked me to look for Hua coral pork because we all remember Sarawak coral pork. But my family always tells me, you want to buy Hua coral pork. And they want to bring it to Singapore because over there we have friends about my generation. So they all remember Sarawak coral pork. So I went around to a lot of supermarkets. I couldn't find it, At last I went to Jalan Stapop and I found it there. We were quite pleased. So my family brought it to Singapore to feed their relatives.
Wow.
Let me try the small fish coral pork.
Yeah.
As usual, it's very tasty. Very tasty. The fish and the prawns, very tasty. I like the coral pork you made. The thickness is just right. The thickness is just right, And like everybody else, I like the big ones. Yeah.
Actually, you have eaten this coral pork much longer than I have, and I believe you know my grandparents much better and much longer even than I do. Yeah. So I have to ask you, how is this coral pork that you taste today? Does it bring back the memories? Is the 古早味 still there?
Definitely, 你的古早味真的是在这边。我记得呢，当时小的时候，每次买 coral pork 的时候，你的公公呢就很高兴，很欢喜，很高兴。I still remember him. Whenever we buy his coral pork, he will be very happy because he took care of the quality and very proud. He's very proud of his quality. It's not the cheapest in town that time, coral pork, but then he maintained that quality. He sold it at a reasonable price. I'm very happy. I remember the old days I spent with your grandfather. I was a little boy then. I was 7-8 years old, below 10 years old. My father has a shop in front doing photostating, and Chu Nam Ki was at the back. As a kid, we used to run around. I used to remember we play hide and seek. I even run into your grandfather's shop there, hide in the changing rooms, It reminds me a lot about the good old days. I'm sure your grandfather will be very proud of you today to carry on the family's traditional business of making coral pork. Let's enjoy.